Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be looking at the blocked style minutes of a meeting. Now a minutes of a meeting is basically a recording of the procedures that took place at a meeting. It is normally written in the past tense and it basically mimics the agenda. So as the various items on the agenda are discussed, the minutes is written according to that. So you'll basically see the same headings coming out in the minutes as what was placed in the agenda of the meeting. Some other things to note as it relates to the minutes of the meeting is that it lists the name of all the persons who were present at the meeting. It can be written in either the blocked or the indented style, and it uses single line spacing with a double space between the paragraphs. Now, I am trying my best to bring across the block style minutes to you, right? I could have done 1 minute, but when I looked at it, it comes in various styles. And so I did not want to just do 1 minute and then you will see another minutes looking a certain way and you're wondering how this was taught and there are others. And so I chose therefore to break up this video into 2 parts. One, by looking at 3 different styles of the block style minutes, and then my next video will be 3 different styles of the indented style minutes. So here we go. In front of me I have a minutes of a meeting, and as you know it's the block style minutes of a meeting. Alright, so everything will be flushed to the left margin. The date is written in the block style, 14 January 2020, and the time, PM. Note I did not put any full stop between the P and the M. Next we have the word present, and below that we have the name of all the participants or all the persons who were present at the meeting. Note here that the director, persons with authority, director, accountant, secretary, treasurer are listed first, and then all other persons come after. Note also that I did not use any full stop after the title of the persons or after their first initial. Alright? So remember we're doing the block style. In some cases, the position of the persons can be tabbed across away from the name. Alright, so some examples you will see them like that. Alright, but normally the name of the chairperson is written, chairman, chairperson is written first. Okay, sometimes you will see the secretary, etc. at the bottom, their name at the bottom, but the chairperson's name is always written first. So we have the name of the persons who are present, then we have apologies for absence. Alright, so any apologies that were given for persons who are not present at the meeting. Note again here I have Mr. S. Gomez and I have no full stop there. Alright, following that we have minutes of last meeting and the information for the person is there. Matters arising, and note for each section. Alright, because we're using shoulder headings, it's minutes of a meeting. We have a double space before and after. The information is written in single line spacing, a double space after, the other shoulder heading, etc. Alright, so coming down, we have enumerations. Alright, which are basically our bulleted items, listings, A, B, C, and I think there's a D, right? A, B, C, D. And because it's the block style, everything is flushed to the left margin. And because it is enumeration, it is written in double line spacing. If it was an inset, then it would be indented at 0.5 inches in single line spacing. Then we go over to our page 2 and note that my page 2 is headed with the numeral 2. Alright, and then the rest of the information continues. Treasurer's report, date of next meeting, and then I close the 15th of January 2021 and the date is in the block style. So that is the first example. Alright, let me bring up my second example. All right, so here we go again. I tried a different approach here by writing the word minutes in space capitals. Basically, it's one space between letters. All right, I have my triple space, and same thing as before, my date is in the block style format as well as the time. Now, someone had asked me in a previous video about the time, because they did not see me placing it like that. All right, that too will facilitate the block style, so it doesn't matter. All right, so it can be written like that as well. All right, so coming down, now this is somewhat of a marginal heading, where we have the heading to one side and the information to the left and information to the right. All right, so it's just the headings that are changed, as you will see with this block style, these block style layouts. All right, so we have present and the person's information to the right. Note again, no full stops. All right, apologies, minutes, and the word minutes is in the same line as the information. All right, I think persons will find it confusing when they have to do something like breaking it like this: chairman's agenda versus reports. All right, but if it is that this was a paragraph continuing like we have report under the word day, you will have the information immediately under minutes in the same line. So that shouldn't be a problem. All right, but it's the same thing, except that the information, the headings are to the left and information to the right. And I have my headings, I will say this, I have my headings in all capitals. But as you know, for the subject, the headings do not have to be in all capitals. All right, we can place them in any caps, which is basically initial caps, and we can underline them or we can put them in bold. So maybe persons don't understand what I mean. So it could look like that, and we can do one of two things. We can underline it to show that it's a heading, or we can do that to show that it's a heading, and we will just carry out that format all throughout the document. All right, I just felt compelled to do it all throughout. For someone who may be wondering what it is that I'm saying, I may need a visual representation. All right, I hope it doesn't throw off this section. All right. And the reason why nothing is in line with report is because the information here, because it is enumerated, all right, in double line spacing, all right, it has to be double line spacing, and a double line space should be here. So that's why nothing is in line with report. And if the word report could hold beside chairman, I can put it there, just as I did with matters arising. But I'm going to let it remain like this, and I'm going to put my headings in bold. Alright. So it's just to give you a visual of what it is that I'm talking about as it relates to our headings. So it doesn't have to be in all capitals. Alright, so there it is. Alright, so once we are finished there, I'll have to change these as well. And there's one more. So now I'm on my page 2, and you realize that the numeral 2 is there. Date of next meeting. Alright, good. So let me start again from the beginning to let you see what the headings will look like. And this minutes here doesn't have to be in all capitals. Alright, it too can be changed, but I like when I only have a main heading for the main heading to be in all capitals. If your document that you get to type says otherwise, then you follow instructions. All right, I can't overemphasize that enough. Always follow the instructions once you go in your exam. Whatever they say you should do, you do it. What I'm teaching here is mainly for the EDPM portfolio, because sometimes you're taught one thing and when you go in the exam, they ask you to do it a bit differently. All right. So you just follow instructions. All right. So there we are. And that's the second one. Let me quickly show you what the final one would look like. All right. So here we go again. So minutes and the same block format. The information is flushed to the left margin. Date, time, persons present. All right. Note here now that we have bulleted items, number 1, 2, 3, and then we have the headings there. So this is somewhat now, it could also be done without the numbers. All right, so this is somewhat now of a paragraph heading. All right, the numbers can be off, but some minutes you get them to type and they have the numbers, so that's why I leave them here. All right, so we have apologies for absence. We have 2 to 3 spaces, then we continue the rest of the paragraph. All right, so here the headings are acting as a paragraph heading. I remember paragraph headings move with the paragraph. How we know that they are paragraph headings, they stand out from the rest of the paragraph. All right, here we have them in all caps. They could also be in initial caps and underline, or initial caps and bold, as we just saw a while ago. But the difference is that we have 2 to 3 spaces between it and the rest of the paragraph, and the information that starts after it is in capital letters. All right, so there you have it, going down. Just showing you this new format. All right, so 1, 2, 3, then we have chairman's report, and then these information being enumerations flushed to the left margin. All right, so when we go down on our page 2, this is what it will look like. 5 and 6, treasurer's report, and date of next meeting with the space between, etc. And there you have it. All right, so do hope that you understood something from today's video. Again, I'm going to ask you to like, comment, share with someone else who you think may benefit from the content, and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. All right, thank you very much for watching, and see you in my next upload.